Hi, it's Elissa Weinzimmer, founder of Voice Body Connection, and it is time for another How to Warm Up video.
How to warm up.
In today's How to Warm Up exercise, we're going to focus on the first step of the How to Warm Up progression, which is impulse. When we actually follow our impulses, when we pay attention to what we actually want to say, and then practice that moving all the way out into language, it's very, very powerful for our warm-up. So what we're going to do today is an exercise that I like to call Notice What's in the Room. Here's how it goes. So the exercise is very simple. What you do is simply say what's in the room around you. So you're going to talk continuously about the things that you see around you. And the one rule is that you don't take a long pause to think and you don't hold your breath. So we're letting our breath flow continuously and we're letting our speech move continuously and we're trying to connect our impulses to what we see. So I might say, I see a camera in front of me and I also see a person behind the camera. I see a white light over on this side over here, and I do know that there's some white drapery behind me that I might even turn around and look at. And then also there's a stack of books over here, and I could talk individually about every single book because I've read them all and they're all very interesting. I could talk about the beautiful pictures on the wall, etc., etc. Now, the other only rule, so there's two rules about this exercise, is that you don't go into speculation. And here's what I mean about speculation. Speculating is when we're dealing more with the past, the future, or something that's outside of our immediate realm right now. So for instance, with this stack of books, if I were to look at it and go, I wonder what these authors are doing right now. I wonder if any of them are writing new books. Oh my goodness, I'd love to read a new book by Charles Duhigg, etc. Then you're not in the present moment. You're not in the here and now. So anytime you notice yourself speculating, you just want to bring yourself right back to the moment now. You don't have to punish yourself for noticing that it happened, but just bring yourself back to the bricks on the wall, the tiles on the floor, the tree out the window, whatever is right around you. Now, as you practice this Notice What's in the Room exercise, if you have a big space, I recommend that you move around, that you get down on a different level so you see things differently than you do on an everyday basis. When you move your body, when you talk continuously, which by the way, I recommend that you do for about 2 or 3 minutes, then it's really going to warm up your body to be responding in the moment to impulses. And then if you're going into an interview, if you're going into an audition, whatever the next moment is, if you're presenting, you're ready to respond to whatever actually happening in the moment. You've tuned up your nervous system to be ready to do that. This is a fabulous warm-up, really good for your impulses, and I recommend that you do some version of it every day, even if it's just an itty-bitty 30 seconds. Enjoy this How to Warm Up exercise. I recommend practicing it at the beginning of your warm-up since it is indeed an impulse exercise, and then you can play with any of the other How to Warm Up series exercises after that. I'll see you in the next video.
How to warm up.